Welcome back.
Welcome back.
My name is Gemma.
And my name's Dee.
And this is our Raw Food Summer.
Gemma, how you feeling this week?
So, for the last 2 weeks, because it's been 2 weeks, guys.
It's been 2 weeks.
So, I am feeling great. I know, I am feeling great. Basically, I got bored of the food because I wasn't having anything with sugar in it. I had to really generate my own happiness within the foods I was having. But it was hard for a period of time. And then I started doing things like making sushi rolls and doing just other things. You know, you sometimes have to sit with yourself and be like, what do you feel like having? At first, nothing was coming up, and that was the problem. But then things like, I really fancy having something really saucy. So let me make a wonderful avocado cream sauce to put on a salad. And, you know, that's basically what went on for me. So I felt really bored. Then I got myself really excited about the food I was having again. And then now I've introduced a few of the vegetables that have sugar in them. So I'm going to be having sweet potatoes again. I'll be having carrots. I'll be having beetroots. That's me. That's how I'm feeling.
Nice.
How are you feeling, Dee?
I'm feeling great. Food's been great. Spent a week with Mum. So salads have been amazing. You'll see those a little later. I felt really good because, as you know, we did a colon cleanse. We'll talk more about that, but I feel wonderful after doing that. I haven't been working out as much. I've been doing my ab exercises. I did do it every day last week. Slowed down a little bit. I was getting a bit bored of my workout, but I'm back on like Donkey Kong and my abs are looking fly.
So on that note, with regards to the walking, I basically have been going ham with the walks. I've been loving them. So it is still aerobic. I've been making phone calls in that time. So as I go on my walks, up hills, down hills, whatever, could be 2 hours. And I've been walking for 2 hours. It's been wonderful. I've loved it. I've used it as time to catch up with friends, to make business calls, to just been wonderful. Loved it.
So now she's getting back to people. So if Gemma hasn't gotten back to you, she'll be getting back to you on her next walk.
Hold tight. So we said we were going to do a colon cleanse, and we did do a colon cleanse. Now, basically, this was the process. You blend watermelon and you have roasted pumpkin seeds. So it took me off of both things that I had intentions for. So obviously no sugars were supposed to be in my diet. So the watermelon was sugar, and then the pumpkin seeds were roasted, so they weren't raw. So having the roasted pumpkin seeds with the watermelon, basically you blend them, and the watermelon is supposed to draw the parasites out of your colon, and the pumpkin seeds, basically the parasites stick to the pumpkin seeds. Then we took...
So just to pause there. So what it is, just to give you a bit of background to it, with the watermelon, the reason why the parasites get drawn to it is because it's sugar. That's actually the point. They get drawn to the melon because they're sweet.
Yes.
And it almost, you know, like you get the itis. Some of us will know what that is. Some of us will not know what that is. What I mean is black people might know what that is, and some white people, most white people. Guys, you probably don't know what that is.
Mommy, I'm sleepy.
Oh, don't worry about that, little baby. That's just the itis.
The what?
The itis. That's what you call it when you get sleepy after a big meal. The itis.
And when you get the itis, what that means is you get comatose because you've eaten the food and you feel like sloth. Basically, that's what would have happened to the parasites. They would have felt like sloth because they were nyam after sugar with them fast selves, yeah? And then, as Gemma said, they would have stuck to the pumpkin seeds. And then we took the Atunbi, it is Atunbi, isn't it? Yeah. Atunbi tablet. It's about £15, dead cheap, mate.
And it basically, it's got loads of herbs and stuff in this tablet that basically pushes out, it cleanses everything out. So you have the watermelon drink, and then you take the tablet 15 minutes after that, and then it's going to take an hour before you start feeling yourself pass. Now,
when actually all of our biology is different. So if you are 15 to 18 to 20 pounds more overweight. It may be quicker, it may be not. If you're underweight, don't take it.
Basically.
You're underweight, it ain't for you, yeah? Click pause now, skip the next 1 minute, yeah? But basically it works different on each machine. You know, your human body being this machine, each biological machine works differently. So for some, an hour, for some, 2 hours.
For some,
6 hours.
or 8. And that
Wasn't
was
8.
I took the tablet at 9 a.m. and I went
And
for
at
the
5
first
p.m.
time 7 hours.
Like 7 hours, and mine was 4 hours and some. No one, not near 5, but 4 hours. So we basically took it around the same time. And just to be clear about this as well, we used about 3/4 of a very large watermelon. Not huge, but quite large, sizable. Chop the flesh out, you put it into your blender. Obviously, by this time, your pumpkin teas are well and truly roasted, over roasted if you're Gemma. And then you pop them into the blender alongside it. You hit that buzzer button. It turns to liquid very quickly because melon is like 95-99% water.
You need the seeds from the watermelon.
After you've blended it, you would then pour it into whatever cup, glass, jug, mason jar, etc., and it should come up to about 2 litres worth, maybe just under, but about 2 litres worth. Don't really need to add any water or anything like that. Once you've done that, you would drink this pumpkin watermelon mix. You drink as much of it as you can, preferably the litre. And then after 30 minutes, I took my Atunbi tablet. And that's after because obviously the parasite's coming out now you need to take your medicine. You've taken it, and then Gemma, what did you do? Because you took 2 tablets.
And then I took another tablet 15 minutes later.
15 minutes later. And then throughout the rest of the day, what you're doing, is you're drinking that mix and you're drinking water. And you're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, sip, 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 water.
The reason why you're doing that as well is because this is what we had learnt, that the parasites are basically coming out, they're seeing other parasites dying off. So they are retreating
because they're
seeing their like parasite brethrens like just die off,
falling by the wayside.
And they're like, not me, I'm going back. So they go back into places, into crevices in your bones, behind your muscle. They're hiding. So you have to give it a bit of time and then lure them back out. Like, so half an hour later, when you're sipping on the watermelon juice, you've kind of like...
They're greedy. They're coming back out.
They're coming back out because they can't resist the sugar. Oh my God, it's just so gross. They can't resist it. So they come back out when you take the watermelon juice again. Come back out, and then another load of flushing comes out and it just flushes them away. The actual process now lasted, for me anyway, from when I started at 4 p.m.
Going toilet, that's number 2. Dropping bombs at about, we say 4 or 5 o'clock.
4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah, mine was at about 1, 2 o'clock. But yeah, and I went every 20 minutes, I think. Every 20 minutes to 30 minutes. While sipping.
What was hilarious is on Instagram, I posted a video about 2 o'clock saying, I just don't think anything's going to happen. Like, it just doesn't feel like anything's going to happen. That, even you Dia said to me, she's like, wait, like just...
Because it started on me straight away. I didn't go to the toilet straight away, but it started on me straight away because I'd literally just woken up, I'd done my insanity hour workout. You already know what that is. And then I had my shower, drank the ting, and then about 20 minutes after drinking that thing and taking that tablet, I became very tired very quickly. And I said, let me just lay down on my bed. Slept for a good 2.5 hours. I just slept the whole night, No, so the Atunbi started working straight away. Like, my energy was sapped.
That did not... I didn't know you had that experience.
Yeah, you did, because what was I doing the whole time? That's why I weren't chatting to you while I was sleeping.
Okay.
I was in and out of sleep, drowsy McDrowse.
So, go through the night, then all the way through the night, I was on the toilet throughout the night, and all the way to the next day.
And from 4 o'clock, so you were going to the toilet from 4 p.m.
Yep.
Roughly, every hour?
Every hour.
Every hour, through the night. Every time I sipped that pumpkin and melon thing, which I became just despondent about, to be honest. It's such a nice drink, guys.
It was so nice.
Never even thought about it before. Pumpkin seeds makes sense because you can make nut milk, right? But it's not a nut, it's a seed, but still same kind of consistency. You just don't think for a second that, oh my God, it doesn't taste so nice. I was like, oh, do you know what? I'm gonna make this drink for future.
Never.
No.
Ever. I was so excited, obviously, because I hadn't had sugar as well. When I was drinking the watermelon at first, I was like, this tastes delicious. I was savouring every single mouthful in the beginning.
Yeah.
Then I just had to back it. You know, when you just have to, you need to have something, and you're like, this is the worst thing ever now. So I just backed it. And then...
But the point is, try and sip. Try and sip.
I just was like, I know I'm going to throw up.
Yeah, it ain't the greatest.
That's not the best way to do it. Yeah. But yes, anyway, so it lasted all the way till the next day, and then at 2 p.m. the next day, I remember being like, am I ever going to feel okay? This thing is supposed to clear my colon, and I'm supposed to feel bright, and I'm supposed to be like a burst of energy. And now I'm feeling like death. That's how it felt. Then 3 p.m. came, and the energy, I felt lighter than ever. Literally. Also lost 4 pounds overnight.
Who knew I had 4 pounds to lose?
Right?
Where? In my eyebrows. I went toilet throughout the night also, but I only went about 5 times. And then in the morning, I went, I think, twice in the morning and up to about 10 a.m. The interesting thing about this actually is, I think so we did this on a Sunday, right? That was the day it was. And then I never went number 2 again till the Friday. That's 5 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And trust me, when I went to toilet on Friday, it was one piece of rabbit something that I was going. It weren't like, I didn't go. Do you know what I mean? And shout out to Mum, because Mum did it as well. And she was like, oh, I don't really notice any difference. I didn't really, but pinging around the house. Pinging. So I'm here to let her and all of you know that she was a burst of energy.
Anyway, so that's that. That was the colon cleanse, and it was wonderful, and we felt wonderful for it.
What have we eaten over the last couple of weeks? I'm hungry right now. Can you tell? Gems, what did you eat over the last couple of weeks?
So over the last couple of weeks, I basically, like I said before, I got super bored without being able to have things with sugar in them. So I decided to make sushi rolls. Yes. I made them with curry. I made a curry sauce to go in them, which you'll see the ingredients for now. And then I got the nori wraps, so it's the seaweed wraps. I put avocado in there, celery, kale, and cucumber, all the greens with my curry sauce. It was everything I needed, literally.
And those seaweed wraps are really tasty.
So good, isn't it?
Yeah, especially because obviously we've gone raw, as you know, a part of this channel.
I haven't.
That would be a problem at this point. There's just flavours that you potentially wouldn't have been introducing into your diet very regularly. It's not, I've had wraps before, I've had actual sushi before, but I just never thought about having those before you said it. Boy, let me tell you something. The reason why you won't be seeing the photos of mine is because they more look like noodle wraps than sushi.
I never saw your wraps.
Exactly.
That's
and
hilarious.
I stay taking photos of my food because my food looks like I want to eat it all over again.
That's so funny. Never occurred to me that I never saw your wraps. And what have you eaten in the last couple of weeks?
This week, I've been queen of the salads. One of the super don salads I made. I'm so gassed for you to do it because it's the simplest thing. Tomato, coriander, cucumber with some garlic, and then seasoned with a bit of black pepper, celery, salt. If you don't have that, just put regular Himalayan salt. And that was it. Let me tell you something. I tossed it up and it was the tastiest thing.
Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Yeah.
Yes. After the sushi wraps, I had a salad, which was just basically leftover stuff that was in my fridge with the curry sauce on top of it. So instead of it being in a sushi wrap, I made the next day I had it just as a salad with the curry sauce on top.
So what else did you have, Jem?
I had Cauliflower rice, because I'm loving the cauliflower rice. It's so quick and easy, and you can flavour it different every time.
Every time.
Exactly. And this time I had it with a Brazil nut feta cheese sauce that I made. That was delicious. And I used psyllium husk in this rice because I wanted to make it like a sticky rice.
Psyllium husk it soaks up a lot of moisture and stuff like that. So when you take it, it's like it acts as a fibre in your system. So it will help you go to the toilet. It doesn't send you to the toilet, but it helps you go to the toilet if you're not going to the toilet very well.
And it's fantastic. So what it does when you put it in your system, it can attract a lot of the plaque off the walls, and then that's when you have all the other stuff, it flushes it out. Anyway, I put the psyllium husk into the coconut rice to make it into a sticky rice, and then I basically put Brazil nut feta cheese over the top of that, and I had it with avocado and some cucumber.
Look at that.
So simple, so delicious.
So nice, guys. I'm going to give you 2 soups. They are amazing. The first soup is the butternut squash and the pumpkin soup. What I did was I took boiling water, I put it in a pot, left it there for about 5 minutes for it just to cool down a little bit. I had butternut squash and pumpkin chopped up, popped it in there, left it there for about 5 to 7 minutes just to get a little bit softer. Took a cup of that water, put it into my blender, which is a Vitamix, and then I put the butternut squash and the pumpkin in, and then I just seasoned it, and I used the same seasonings for both soups, in fact. But it was onion powder, black pepper, salt, 1 garlic, some cayenne pepper. Boom, that's it. Put them in the blender, lid on top. Bzzz, you already know what it is. I blended it for 2.5 minutes. So simple. That was the soup. Poured it in a cup. See it now. Look at that. Amazing. The second soup that I had was a spinach and broccoli soup. Same premise, literally boiling water in a pot with the lid on to help it steam itself. 5 to 7 minutes. Again, 1 cup of that juice that you've soaked it in. Put it into the blender. Exactly the same seasonings. 2.5 minutes in the blender. Bzzz. You already know what it is. Yes, it tasted wonderful. Spinach and broccoli soup. Amazing.
Seasoned cauliflower rice with avocado. That just, I am again so impressed with my presentation skills, and it just looked beautiful and tasted amazing. I'm loving cauliflower rice. It's so versatile.
It is. I actually had it with quite a few of my salads. What I did was, I was missing like dinner, feeling like I was sitting down to like different sections of my plate. So like typically where you'd have like a bit of meat or some vegetables, some rice, and then salad. I was kind of missing them sections. So as you can see in some of my salads now, as I speak about them, the different sections made me feel like I was really eating dinner, and cauliflower rice was a massive part of that. Because it didn't make me feel like I was having rice, but I was like, oh, I can have a bit of that, and then I've got some broccoli here. Ooh, them long stem broccolis. Oh so my goodness. Literally, made it for Gemma, made it for myself, made it for my mum. Just a bowl of that when you're feeling quite like almost hungry but not hungry, but you can't wait. Otherwise your belly's going to be hanging out your bottom. So you definitely need to eat. Literally, I put the long stem broccoli. I think they've got a proper name, but I don't know what they're called. You put them, again, same trick, guys. Boiling water, put them in a pot, leave it to sit for 5 minutes. Then I would put the broccoli inside it, and all I did was put a sprinkle of salt, which you could completely leave out because I did once before and it was lovely, and half a garlic, because the garlic gets peppery when there's a lot of it, and I just massaged it or tossed it round with a spoon once it was out of the water, which you only leave in for like 5 or 6 minutes. Gorgeous.
And chili?
Nah.
Oh, no
never
chili.
Put no chili on it. No.
So
the reason why she
nice.
thinks it's chili is because I put a whole garlic in it. Also, as you're looking at my salads, you can see that I love to use plantain. Something that my mum she has been an advocate for eating raw plantain since the beginning of time, and I have just been like, I'm happy for you, and not jumping on board. But I've jumped on board, and boy, am I happy I've done so. But absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous.
And also, what you've been adding to your salads is jalapeno peppers.
Mum's idea. Yeah.
So good.
Bit of spice, bit of a kick. Yeah, very. Some of them are hot, actually. And with this barley boy, I know straight away just the beads,
the sweat beads.
When you feel it
barley.
coming down your eyes, just you're like, oh, I'm not hot at all.
Oh, the nut sauces.
So what it is the nut sauces are actually fantastic. There is a particular nut sauce that I made. The ingredients are here, and they are very flavoursome. I never would think that the rosemary, I always consider it very overpowering. This is a garlic and herb sauce. Right. Rosemary, thyme, and parsley. So nice. You better get it together. 1 garlic with some Brazil nuts, blended up. Ah, amazing. Just want to briefly explain the method to you, and that is soak your nuts overnight. That is it. They need a minimum of 8 hours. And the reason I say that is your sauce will come out just really smooth and lovely. Creamy. And then it is quite thick. So for example, this garlic and herb, as you read, is a Brazil nut. But in order to thin it out, do not use water. You can use lemon or lime. So you literally take a chunk of it out, put it in another container, squeeze as much lemon or lime as you like to taste. That thins it out, and you can drizzle that bad boy over your salad. Very tasty, really nice. You can also use cashews for the same one.
Or almonds.
Or almonds. It's so flavoursome, that is.
Also, just want to touch a little bit on soaking nuts and soaking seeds. And to give it more, it is, of course, to make these delicious, wonderful sauces or desserts or whatever. But it's actually, it releases, your body gets more nutrients. You activate the nuts and you activate the seeds. That's what it's called, activated nuts and seeds. So if you are ever anywhere and you see packets of activated nuts or seeds, that's what you want to go for. Yeah. Basically, it just releases the nutrients from the nut or seeds. And so your body gets more nutrition from that. That's really the only way we want to have our nuts and seeds.
It's similar to the sprouting. Because you turn the seed into a vegetable. So as much as nuts are not like seeds, and they won't turn into veg, but the same rule applies. Another quick snack similar to the broccoli, a little bit less filling I would say, is the padron peppers. You can buy them in any supermarket or get them at market. You literally coat them in olive oil, season it with black pepper, salt and garlic. Put them in the oven, and this is for those of you who are not necessarily doing raw but are trying to add more healthier snacks into your lifestyle. You can put them into the oven and you can roast those for not even that long, innit? Like 15-20 minutes.
I don't actually know how long in the oven, because I've done it in a dehydrator.
Well, you can. That's if you're going to cook them. If you are committed to trying to have it as raw as possible, what my mum actually did was she put them in her, I think that was that small pot in your oven, the grill. The grill. She put them in the grill on like 55, 60, like really low. And she left them there overnight. And then early in the afternoon, because they were in there that long. They were in there too long, by the way. And my mum, she loved them though. She really loved them.
When I dehydrated them, and because when I love padron peppers with sea salt on them. I love it when you go to a restaurant and they have them. So I was like, I wonder if I can do that in my dehydrator, and it was so good. The only difference is they kind of like they're usually like charcoaled in restaurants. They've got like they're almost a little bit burnt. Yeah, I guess that's what the grill will do.
That's what the grill will do, yeah.
But to be fair, I thought it would make a huge difference, but having them dehydrated,
really nice,
amazing.
Yeah, I enjoyed them. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I enjoyed them. I prefer the broccoli. But yeah, as you can see, they look gorgeous.
Taste delicious. So there we go. That's been our food for the last couple of weeks.
Good news!
First bit of good news is we are halfway through our raw food summer journey.
Yeah, halfway through. It's gone quickly.
It's gone so quickly. Like it's
amazing. Gone quickly. Yeah.
I think also the reason why it's gone so quickly, like I've said before, is because we've been sharing our journey. We've been sharing it with you, and then you've been involved, and it's really like helped us to also stay accountable. I had someone the other day say to me, "Oh, so you really are 100% raw?" And I said,
"I think it's for you."
What do you mean? Absolutely. Also, obviously, I've got my goals, haven't I? We've got our
actual goals,
goals, which is going to lead me to the next point in a moment. But also the education that we're getting in this time
is keeping us glued to what we're actually doing, learning about certain fruits, certain herbs, certain vegetables, their capabilities. That's
as you ask questions, and then we're like, oh, it's good to check that out as well, alongside what we're just learning for ourselves. That's also keeping it fun and going quickly.
Yeah.
Second bit of good news.
Jem has lost a stone! A stone, you know. Look, can you see? You can actually see it. You can see it. So anytime we've been going anywhere, people have been like, so Jem, are you looking slim and trim these days? Or they're like, Jem, you've really trimmed down, innit?
Yeah. But what's so good is I can feel it and see it. Because it's all well and good other people do it, but when you sometimes for yourself, you're like, I don't really feel it, but I can feel it. Maybe not as large as other people's reactions, but I'm like, oh no, I feel lighter. Because that's the point. I really want to speak about this for a second, actually, because the weight isn't the issue. It's how I feel. So if I felt, if whatever way I was, and I'm a big advocate on like loving your body. D is a huge advocate about loving your body, loving who you are, how you are. Now, if you are whatever weight you are and you feel amazing, like that's what matters the most. If you feel, which is what I felt like I was carrying 7 children all the time.
So extra.
So that's it. So I've lost a stone. I feel fantastic for it.
Sorry, a stone!
That is such
lost a stone.
Yeah. And I think also the walking has really helped.
Of course, again, aids in elimination of toxins. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Good job, Jem.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job. A stone, you know, listen, that's a whole 14 pounds.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's 2 babies for sure.
That's 2
babies. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, so
when you put it like that, let's lose our children, people. No, joking.
Oh, I am so sorry. I am not with you on that.
You know what I mean.
No,
don't be so serious. If you're scowling.
Whatever, I get nothing for it. Good news number 3, which I am so excited about. It's not my
Gemma is so excited about this. I'm excited about it, of course.
Because Dee's hair is growing. It's growing. I don't even know. Sorry, I'm really pushing you.
I can't believe it. They're not going to see that much on camera, to be fair.
Try.
All right, so if you'd have seen in the first couple of videos, I would have had maybe that much. And then if you look now, I've got all of this,
which is amazing.
And then also, oh wow, that's grown more in the last couple, hasn't it?
Yeah, that
is really interesting.
And your sideburns, you won't
be able to see. They're wafer because they're slightly blonde.
But then also, there's also again, you might not be able to see.
No,
this.
not going to be able to see this one either.
But go to the camera and see.
Couple of strands.
No, let go of it.
They've seen.
Wait.
Gemma.
No, pull it again. Basically, you saw the pull in it. That pull was not there before, and that's the point.
Correct.
It's exciting.
Full disclosure: I had my armpits had been growing back the hair already. Now, I was very happy to see it happen, guys. But ladies, you know, we don't want it. We don't want it. So I was happy because it means that my body is fighting on through and the hair's coming through. That was already occurring before I was going raw. So I know that my body has been fighting to have its hair come up. But it's been in that kind of state for a little while. Obviously, I know for a fact going raw has been the difference because my pubic hair, people. Let me tell you something. I can't believe the level of growth, actually. It has been insane. It just sprouted from nowhere. I don't know if I'm going to slow this raw thing down anytime soon. I definitely want to have a cooked meal or 2 at some point, but I'm definitely going to try and push this through the winter. I've said it on camera now. So, there you have it.
So I'll be going back to cooked food.
Yeah, point being, good news, people. We're on the up and up and we're only just halfway through. So watch this space. So, as a disclaimer, we just wanted to say we
say all of that to say we are not
health professionals. 3 intentions for the week. Intention number 1 is journaling. Again, guys, the whole reason why you have seen some of my salads and so forth is because I've been journaling. I've been so excited about the food I'm eating, and then I can attribute it to when I eat certain foods, how it has me feeling. So journaling, massive part of this journey.
Intention number 2 is to meditate. Again, a big part of why I had decided to go raw was to have a clearer mind and to have like less anxiety and just be peaceful. So meditating is a huge part of that. So that's my intention.
And then intention number ding, 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 ding. Intention number 3 is Max 30. Sorry, that's an insanity program, which is a workout program with the one like Sean T. Are you ready to go? Yeah! So what I'll be doing is the Max 30 program. It's a 60-day program, 2 sets of 30 days, and it's 30 minutes per day. And that's for my abs, guys.
If you are loving this journey, like, comment and subscribe. And click the bell. So subscribe and click the bell. It's 2 things. Yeah, and that's how you'll be notified of our videos.
And then go and share it to your brethren.
And share it to your brethren. That's it.
See you later.
Bye.
Until next time. To the medicine and beyond.
To infinity.
All right. To infinity and beyond.
We're going.